Hi, I'm Joey Cochran. I am your professor for Early American Personal Narratives, and this is a short video to welcome you to the class, to tell you a little bit about myself, and to give you a set of expectations for what we're going to do this semester. I am a doctoral candidate at Trinity Evangelical Divinity School. I'm a specialist in early Americanist studies, and the major interlocutor that I work with is Jonathan Edwards. I am married. I live in North Riverside, which is just about a mile from Brookfield. My wife Kendall and I have been married for 15 years, and we have 4 children. We have a fifth grader, Chloe. Asher is a third grader. Adelie is a first grader. And Clara is our 2.5-year-old toddler. So on occasion, you're probably going to hear noises because I am doing all of this from my basement office in our home. And of course, in light of events that are going on right now, all of my children are at home doing homeschool with mommy and with myself. So you might even get to see them on occasion. Anyway, I am a new adjunct faculty at Wheaton, so most of you are completely unfamiliar with me. I really am looking forward to getting to know you virtually, and I hope that this will not be our first and last interaction with one another. Let me just tell you a little bit about our course briefly. I just want to cover over a couple things in our syllabus that are really crucial for you to know from the get-go. I have, in light of COVID-19 and the move to remote learning, I have vastly altered our syllabus and my expectations of you. Originally, this early American personal narratives class was going to go from the earliest colonial period up through the antebellum period. Because of the fact that we've lost a week of our course, I have also modified our learning plan, and instead of looking at 12 figures, I've actually cut that in half. We're going to only look at 6 of the 12 figures, and we're going to look at the ones all the way through the early colonial period. So if you're looking at our syllabus, you'll see that I've updated it, and I've put down here, come study the lives of Mary Rowlandson, Anne Bradstreet, David Brainerd, Olaudah Equiano, Sarah Osborne, and Samson Occam. Those are the 6 individuals that we're going to look at in this course. Now, I will say that we're only going to spend one lecture looking at Mary Rowlandson, and we're only going to spend one lecture the 6th week of the class on Monday on Olaudah Equiano. And let me explain why that is. For the last week of the course, that is going to be a week for you to do reading in a personal narrative of your choice. You're going to read an additional 150 pages, and you can choose someone from the suggested bibliography, which includes the other interlocutors, the other narratives that we were going to look at. So let's say you really wanted to read Benjamin Franklin, or you really wanted to read Harriet Newell, or you really wanted to read Frederick Douglass or George McClellan or Harriet Jacobs. If you really wanted to read those individuals, then you're still going to have the opportunity to choose one of them and do a presentation in class on that person and write the research paper on it. So I hope that that accommodation doesn't disappoint anybody if they're somebody who was really interested in 19th century personal narratives. You'll still get to enter into that field of history and period and do that kind of deep level research if you wish. Now, if you want, you can actually read 150 pages further on the ones that we are covering in class in depth. You can read another 150 pages on Anne Bradstreet, David Brainerd, Sarah Osborne, Samson Occam, or if you want to go deeper on Olaudah Equiano, you can do that as well. So I hope that is a clear diffusion of the major adjustments that are going to take place in class. Two other adjustments that I want to talk to you about. If you are a student who happen to have already had the privilege of seeing the syllabus beforehand, originally we were going to do personal narratives, and you were going to write your personal narrative over the season of the class and then turn in one project at the end of the semester. Because of the fact that we're moving into a remote learning environment, and it's helpful for us to have multiple places of contact and interaction with one another, I've decided to make that project in class an incremental project. So instead of turning in one piece at the end of the semester, each week you are going to turn in an incremental part of that project. You can turn in a one-page journal entry or a one-page letter to a person that you're corresponding with, or you can turn in a 2 to 3 minute voice recording or video blog about your own personal narrative from the past week. I think that this is going to be really beneficial for us, particularly in light of the time that we're going to be in. And the phase of history that we are in. This is a remarkable phase of history, and it's going to be something that people are going to be talking about much later into the 21st century. And you get to be a historian who is giving an account of your own experience with these events. So I really want to encourage you to think carefully about the medium in which you want to package this personal narrative project. I will say that you can change the medium from week to week. If you want to do a journal entry one week, a voice recording the next week, a letter the week following that, and a blog post the week following that, or a video log, you may feel free to do that. Or if you want to have continuity and a streamlining of your project, you can do a series of letters. And you can either type them or you can handwrite those letters, take a high resolution photo of them, and submit them in for the assignment if you wish. Another thing that we'll do with that project is each of us will have the opportunity to interact with one another and post on that project and leave our own comments about it. So I'm just turning over to page 4 where it shows the research presentation and it shows the personal narratives. I've also adjusted the percentage of the grade. The reading reflections will be 15%, and what you'll do is for each learning subject, beginning in week 2, you'll leave a daily reflection uh, based on the question that I've asked for you to respond to. And you'll submit a response, and then you'll have the opportunity to comment or interact with other people's reflections to that question. Okay? We're going to just have one reflection per week is what we're going to do. Similar to that, each week we're going to only have one synchronous meeting as a class. We're going to meet on Fridays during our regular meeting time from 3:35 to 4:45 p.m. Central Standard Time for a weekly conference. And I'll send you more information about how to log into that conference and how to join that conference. On the other side of that, Mondays and Wednesdays, you will have contact opportunities where you will have to connect in some way with Schoolology, whether it's viewing video lectures that I've prepared, or responding to a forum discussion, or responding to the reflection. In fact, the reflection question is going to be posted on Monday, and you are going to need to respond to that reflection question before the end of the day on Tuesday. That allows Wednesday and Thursday for other people to interact with that reflection question. Okay? I hope that's really clear. For now, this is the first step of our syllabus video. I'm going to provide another video that's about 10 minutes in length. Thanks for viewing this one.